connections.
Hi,
Yes, welcome y'all. Listen, we missed y'all for real. We really, really did. Welcome to the show, everybody.
hey,
My
y'all.
name is Leticia Campbell. I got my sister friend, Miss Twonta Davis Jones, honey. We do this show every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are in what season we're in, Therese? Our show producer is Therese. She's down there, making sure y'all comments comes up and all the things. So
Yes,
we have
yes.
an awesome topic to discuss with you guys. Before we jump into all the things, we want to let y'all know that
Mm-hmm.
next month on September 30th, we're doing our virtual self-care event. It's free and open to everybody and everyone. Okay. All you have to do is go to sisterconnection.com. Okay. When you head on over to that link, it's going to take you to a registration page and you're going to register. You have to register, y'all, in order for you
Yes.
to be invited. Okay. Yeah. It's not something that we're going to be broadcasting live. Hey! This is not something that we're going to be out there and all the things, is only for those who register. Okay. So make sure again, sisterconnection.com. That's the link you're going to go to register. Okay. And what's
Mhm.
our topic for self-care, Twonta? Let's let these ladies know. What is
Falling
it?
in
Fall in
love with
love
you.
with you. Okay. And we all can do better at fall in love with us. I had a little me day yesterday. So y'all see me with my
Don't you look
with
fly,
my,
y'all?
with my cute little blowout, honey. Okay. So it's good to so it's good to fall back in love with you or fall more in love with you. Because I know some of you are like, I'm already
Yes.
in love with myself. But you can always fall more in love with yourself, right? We all can do
Yeah.
that.
Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, okay, let's jump into tonight's topic because we have a lot to cover. Always know, guys, that you can participate in the conversation by commenting
Mhm.
below, sharing out this broadcast, and being interactive. Okay, so go ahead, Twonta. Hey, Diane, go ahead. What are
Hey,
we talking
Lady
about
Di.
tonight?
Okay, yeah. Before we do that, I just want us to do to keep Hawaii in your
Yes,
prayers.
yes.
Everyone is aware of what happened and everything and what's going on
Mhm.
as of right now. But make sure you guys don't forget them, okay? Because they are going through so much, and the news is only sharing a little snippet of it. But if you go to Hawaii's news, you get the full display of everything of what's going on. But again, keep them in your prayer, y'all, because they really are going through. They lost everything, and when I mean everything. So yeah, just keep them prayed up and encouraged and all those things like that. Okay. So tonight we are going to be talking about being creative in your crisis while you're in your crisis. I was telling Leticia audio message about how I believe a lot of us, depending on where we are in our situation, when it comes to crisis, it depletes us. It puts us in a position where we just don't have enough to give. It depletes us physically as well as emotionally. And even before the crisis or the challenge or the trauma or whatever occurs, we already had a mindset. We already had ourselves prepared to achieve certain things, whether it's our career job or a program or whatever it is that you guys have been trying to do. But once you get all activated and you stay consistent with that thing, then here comes the trauma. Here comes the crisis. Here comes whatever it is. Some situations you already are aware of, some problems with your family, finances, or whatever. You already know what's going on, right? And you know pretty much how to deal with it, how to handle it, because you've been through this situation numerous of times. But then you have those unexpected crises, those things that kind of just knock you off your feet, those things that kind of just kind of trip you up a little bit, and you really don't even know how to handle it. Of course, we're human. We're going to feel that effect. We're going to feel that aftermath. It happens to the best of us. But again, whatever you were doing prior to that, it was something that you were passionate about. It was something that you really had, that you was really going to make it happen. That situation kind of just pulls you off a little bit, and you like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I don't know if I want to continue anymore. Well, we're going to talk about how you can continue even in spite
Right.
of that challenge, that, that crisis or what have you. And I know Leticia and I, well, I know Leticia has gone through some things, and I've gone through some things, and everybody has a different season. Not
Yeah.
everybody's in the same season of crisis. I get that. You
Mhm.
probably not even into your season in crisis. Some of you are just
Mhm.
entering into it, and some of you are in the thick of it. So we're
Right.
going to talk about, how you can be able to continue to persevere in the midst of your crisis.
That's
Okay.
right.
Anything you want to add to that? Hey, LaShawn.
Yes, I was just recently talking to a few of my clients about this. It's like, we all have moments when our back is against the wall, and and that is like a crisis moment, panic. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And really, us having these conversations, this topic tonight with you guys, is going to help you guys to really get out of that feeling of like
Absolutely.
working your business in desperation, moving and hey, let's I forgot to say hi, LaShawn. Operating your life with desperation, and really just know how to be creative.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day when it was the Great Recession, and but like not in my generation, but my grandparents' generation, they knew how to
Mhm.
just whip up a dinner for $5 or
They
whatever. Now it's like
did.
people are like, oh my
Yeah.
God, they don't know how to have that survival mode or be even creative during a trial and tribulation of their life. So I'm excited about this topic. So let's get on
Right.
to the first point.
Yeah, let's get on with the first point. And again, ladies, you are welcome to comment, to share
Yes,
your experiences or what
yes,
have you. Let us know how this is affecting you. Is this is coming right on time for you, and all those things. So the first point, ladies, is you need to pour your emotions into your craft or your work.
yes,
Okay, that is so important to do. You need to pour your emotions, because here's the thing: when we are dealing with a crisis, when we're dealing with some type of hardship or what have you, it does deplete us in some form or fashion. It
yes,
does
it does.
affect our emotions in some form or fashion. Some of
Mm-hmm,
us will get irritated, some of us get angry, and I mean, yeah, you're human. You have every right to feel the way you feel based on that situation.
mm-hmm,
But don't allow that situation, or allow your emotions, in other words, to deplete you to the position where you're like, well, I don't want to do anything.
mm-hmm,
I'm not going to focus on my career. I'm not going to focus on
mm-hmm,
my business. I'm not going to focus on my book, because this is too much. Da, 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 da. No, you need to do that, because
yeah,
this is an outlet for you. This is
mm-hmm,
this is this is saying, like, you know what, in spite of all of this weight that I'm carrying, or this weight that has approached into my life, I'm still going to put in. Even if you're not putting in 100% like you did before, if you got
mm-hmm,
10% of that, you could pour that 10% in. It doesn't have to be every day, but at least you are doing something. Yeah, if you
mm-hmm,
crying, you cry, go ahead and cry. But you go ahead and take that 10%, that 5%. If you got 5%, put that
mm-hmm,
5% into your craft. Put that 5% into your work. Even if you don't see any sales, you still continue to pour in it. And Letitia and I have talked about that many times, about when
many
it comes to
times.
the business part of it, about if you don't see any growth, you don't see any support, you still keep pouring in as if
Mm-hmm,
somebody is there to buy, somebody's
mm-hmm,
there that's interested in being a part of your class or whatever that you are doing. But you
mm-hmm,
don't allow the crisis or the issue to deplete you from really moving forward, because there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose and a reason why you are doing, why the things are happening to your life right now. Sometimes the
mm-hmm,
enemy doesn't want you to persevere. He keeps you distracted, and that's what he
mm-hmm,
does. He keeps you distracted over your goals, over what you said that you were going to do. And he knows
mm-hmm,
that you can do it, but he's going to do whatever he can to distract you or deplete you or tire you out
mm-hmm.
from continuing to do what you are called to do. What do you think, Tish?
Right. A lot of I always look at hardships and all the things, and it's like I know for a fact that those of you who are watching, whatever it is that you're going through in your business or your life, know that moment is meant to help you. It's meant to sharpen your iron. It's meant to change you or even transition you into
Mm-hmm.
something greater. Okay. So
Yeah.
don't be, I find sometimes, Tawanta, that people spend these moments to um, victimize themselves in a sense. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'm not
Mhm.
talking about the extreme stuff that can come across in your life and happen. I'm not discussing that. I'm just talking about the regular day to day. hiccups and speed bumps that come up is a lot of people like, oh, pray for me. And no, survive, get into your craft, get into your work, get into the things that you can control. You can't control what people say or do,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? You can't change nobody, but you can absolutely change how your emotions are when it comes to different things, right? So I was
Exactly.
even having a discussion
Yeah.
with my ladies last night on how, yeah, there was many moments in my business, especially when COVID came, and I was like, oh my God, like this
Mm.
is crazy. Maybe I should go fill out some resumes and go and get some applications and stuff like that. But in that moment, I
Right.
said, no, Leticia, you got to get creative. Okay, you got to
Yeah.
change. The world is it, it wasn't just that the pandemic happened. What happened was
Mhm.
it changed how we operate and run our businesses forever, right? We're never
Right.
going to go back to
Right.
the way it was before. So we got to change with the time, just like how our grandparents did. You know what I'm saying? Just like how our generations before did. Whenever there was a stock market crash or recession or
Mhm.
whatever,
Recession.
they
Yep.
shifted.
Mhm.
They got
Yeah.
creative. And yes, there was some that fell on the wayside, but then there was some that said, you know what, I just got to take a different path or a different road or change out my destination. But we got to
Mhm.
control our emotions. I think that is so important because a lot of times our emotions can limit us. It
Amen.
can restrict us. It can make people misread you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So really not, and sometimes we could pour our emotions into negative things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? That just sets us aside and keeps us stuck. You know what I'm saying? So again, get into your craft, get into your work, get into the things that you know is going to better you in life and also in your business. Absolutely.
amen to that. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our second point, ladies.
Number two.
Our second point. The second thing, ladies, that we need to understand is your passion isn't part of your crisis.
No.
Okay? Your passion is not part of your crisis. The crisis,
Oh,
what you're going through right now, is separate from your passion.
mm-hmm.
Okay. You can't mix oil and water. It doesn't work at
Mm-mm.
all. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you're the crisis, that issue, that problem, that setback, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's affecting you, of course, in a sense, in the way that it's like, wow, I don't know what else to do in this
Mm-hmm.
situation. But when it comes to my craft, or when it comes to my job, or when it comes to my business, I got to keep doing something about that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Mm-hmm.
let it just diffuse out like that. I got to
Mm-hmm.
pour in. I got to put something in. This is
Right.
a passion for you. Nobody can complete that passion but yourself. No one has that same passion like you have it, right? You may have someone that's doing something similar to you, but their passion is much different than yours,
That's right.
right?
Amen.
So you have to continue on pushing forward in spite of the weight of the world that's on you, that's on your shoulder, that's in your house, that's
Mm-hmm.
in your finances, whatever it is that's going on. And like I said, we are all going through something that
All of them.
has put us in a position. And prime example, let's go to COVID-19. When we was in that
Mm-hmm.
pandemic,
Yeah.
it shifted everybody's life.
Sure
you know,
has.
it really, really did. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
thought it was just a temporary thing, but this thing was going on for a good few years.
Mm-hmm.
People realized that they did not have a job. They was not going back to a job. So they had to reinvent themselves. They had to, pull stuff out of the closet and start,
Mm-hmm.
creating some things, right? So they
Yeah.
could try to, create some income and
Mm-hmm.
try to, get their family back on afloat and all of that, so they won't feel so depressed or so lost, because we all locked up in our houses and everything. People were feeling some kind of way about
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So again, the crisis, the problem, the issues is not part of your passion. Don't let that combine into what you fell in love with, what your calling is, what you're supposed to do. You keep doing it no matter how ugly that situation is in your life. What do you think, Tish?
Yeah, you gotta come up with a plan. I think that's the true thing, going back like we mentioned in with the pandemic
Mhm.
and stuff, it's like you gotta when things shift, you gotta come up with an execution
Yeah,
plan that you
Lord.
know that you can keep up with. Okay. Every business and every person a crisis comes across everybody. And it could be
Yeah.
medium crisis or extreme crisis. I have
Mhm.
clients who now left their jobs, or their jobs haven't called them back, and they now focus primarily on building their businesses and focusing on monetizing their passions. And it's
Mhm.
almost like, if you see other people do that and make money, why wouldn't you think that God will also have that same blessing for you? But you got to do the work. You
Yeah.
got to put in the work. And so we
Hmm.
focus more, if we focus less on the crisis and more on digging ourselves out of the crisis, then
Yeah.
now that situation is just going to be part of your testimonial or your story to help other women. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Hmm.
Success is success. Accomplishment is accomplishment. It's all
Hmm.
how you look at things. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
That's
times when
true.
people see a crisis, and I'm glad you brought up this point, Tawanta, they think, oh, it's a sign that maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore. No,
No.
no. Sometimes it's God showing you, are you really serious about this business? Or are
Hmm.
you really serious about buying this house or this car or whatever it is that you want to do? Are you really serious? And sometimes He will bring up different obstacles and challenges to see if you are resilient enough. That's Tawanta's favorite word,
Hmm.
to get through it, even when there are times when you're not seeing money coming in. You're
Exactly.
still gonna push, even when
Yeah.
you don't see those pounds dropping from the scale. That you're still
Hmm.
going to stay consistent and wake up in the morning with joy in your heart, because you know God has something coming from you right around the corner, because you're going to stay resilient and consistent in your passion and what goals that you set for yourself.
Right. And sometimes, we look at when we look at how far we have come, and when we see ourselves pouring pouring in so much into our passion or what have you, we sometimes allow our emotions to again dominate and have us to falsely believe that God is not paying attention, that he's not like watching us, or he's ignoring us, or it's like, well, God, I'm being consistent, I've been putting this, I've been doing that, and I still don't see no growth, I still don't see no change, I still don't see nothing happening in my life. So why should I continue? Why should I still keep moving? And is this really my passion? You start to second guess your worth, you start to second guess who you are. And I'm telling you, ladies, that don't allow that to stop you. You keep going. God is watching you. He knows exactly where you are. He knows where you need to be, and where you are right now is the perfect spot to rest.
Mhm.
I don't mean rest in terms of physical rest. I'm talking about rest spiritually wise,
Yeah.
allowing God to do what He knows what's best for you in His timing. But in
Amen.
the meantime, you continue on focusing on your passion, focusing on your gifts, focusing on your why. You
Hmm.
know, there's a why in your life that
That's
keeps you
right.
going. There's a why in your life why you have to keep moving. You have to
Hmm.
continue on creating ideas and so forth and so on. So, don't ever allow the enemy to tell you that God is not paying you any attention, or that,
He
you're
is.
wasting your time and all of these things. No, God
Hmm.
is fully aware of what you doing,
Fully.
and what you putting forth, and you doing it purely from the heart, and he takes care, he looks at the heart. That's the key
Hmm.
thing. You coming raw and real, with your passion, and that's what really
Yeah,
makes a difference. Yeah,
that's
that's what
right.
makes a difference. So let's move to the third point, ladies. And again, ladies, let us know. Continue to comment. Let us know how you're feeling about where you are right now. Or there's any crisis going on in your life that has compromised you from
Hmm.
continue on pursuing on your passion, on your goals, or what have you. Let us know. Okay, the
Yes,
third point
absolutely.
that we want to talk about is Therese. What's the third point, Mama? Oh,
It's
you
working.
can't control your situation, but you can control your destiny.
That's right.
You cannot control the situation. Again, sometimes we think, certain situations, we can be able to, handle, so to speak. We have the
Hmm.
solution to it or whatever. School started for some people, maybe there's some situations there that, you can handle as a parent,
Right.
or as an administrator or something like that, but there are some other things that that is so beyond your control. It's
Right.
like, oh, I don't know how to deal with that, but yet it has been a thorn to your side. And sometimes we get more impatient because we just want to get the thing done. We just want to get it over with. We don't deal with that heaviness of what's going on in our lives. But ladies, you can't control what is going on, but you can control your destiny. Every single one of us has a destiny.
That's
but
right.
you have to be the one to plant the seed that has been given to you. Okay, if you want to see that destiny flourish, you want to walk into your harvest, then you need to use the seed that he's given you already. Okay, he's given you more than enough. Why are we still crying to God like, God, I need this? God, can you pour? Can you give me? Can you give me? Can you give me? He has given you enough to get started, to continue on doing what you're doing, in spite of the situation that's going on in your life, in spite of what you cannot control. And I think that's the problem with us sisters. Sometimes we want to be in control of everything, because we automatically, as moms, we automatically, like Wonder Woman, we want to go ahead and handle the situation for our kids. Something goes on, like, okay, mommy got it, I'm gonna take care of it. It's by nature. We gotta, we have the solution. But when it comes to life, there's some things, ladies, we just can't control.
Amen.
The situation is too deep and it's too heavy for us, and it drains us, and not just us, but it drains your family too. Everybody's pulled into this situation, and they don't need to be a part of that. Okay, so you can't control what's going on in your life. Only God can control it if you will let him control it. But you can control your future. You can control your destiny, because it's already given to you.
That's right.
You started it a long time ago, right? But now that this hiccup comes in your life, you feel as though, oh, I need to get this out of my face. I need to get that out of my way because it's too much. Let me just go ahead and fix it. Let me go ahead and try to get rid of it now. You can't. And even if you did, you may think you did something, but you made it worse.
Yep.
Okay. So please understand, ladies, the situation, leave that in God's hand. But he has given you the seeds in your hand to get ready, to prepare your future, your destiny. What do you think, Tish?
So I wrote like 6 things down. I want y'all, those of you who are watching, even if you're tuning on the replay, because I didn't want to miss any of these things, put it in the comments right now. So, I love this particular point, because again, you can't control your situation, but you can control your destiny. And I just said before, like, listen, can't control people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are nice one day, and then they fickle the next day. You know what I'm saying? Can't control the weather, can't control what happens in the world, in the election. That's why I'm saying, even we don't like to get into the politics of it all, but it just surprised me how many people are so worried about what's going to happen in the next election, or what's going to happen with China, this, that. If it's not something that you can really sit at the table and say, oh, this is not going to happen, or that's going to happen, why are you so worried about it? Get into God. So when it comes to your business, number one, have a clear vision. Like we talked about, you can't have control of your destiny. How do you control your destiny, your business? You got to have a clear vision. So that's number one. Okay. Number two is have a mission. Have a clear mission.
Yes.
Okay. With details, bullet points, deadlines, all the things. Number three, okay, is having that consistent, movement, consistently taking action, not staying stagnant or staying in like one place and saying, all right, this is just what it is. Number four is build a strong support system. And here's the thing, ladies, most of your support system may be online. Women that you find and connect with online. It just is what it is, right? Number five, and this is something that I had to learn how to adapt and just become comfortable with, is patience. Okay? Because you will get to your destination, but have patience and still do the work. And the last point is setting some clear goals. Okay? Clear goals. Now, I'm this type of person who should tell you in the beginning of the month, I'd be like, oh, we're going to make this much and we're going to do this. And I'd be like, you should stop. Get clear. Set goals that you know is achievable, so your team is not running around like they're crazy. You're not trying to make these crazy deadlines, So setting some clear goals that you can achieve. So those are 6 things when it comes to having control of your destiny. And no one's saying that there are as you elevate in your life and business, it's always going to be something that tries to take you off. You know what I'm saying? Your pedestal. But you know, my pastor was just talking about on Sunday. He was really preaching on Sunday. He said, "Fear is not of God." Because I always hear that from a lot of y'all.
Right.
They say, "I'm scared. I'm fearful. I'm this. I'm overwhelmed." Those are emotions and feelings and words that are not of God. He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
want you to be in fear. He doesn't want you to be be so anxious. He wants you to be what? Calm and joyful
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
his word, okay? And knowing
Mm-hmm.
that he is going to take care of everything. Yo,
Right.
I have fallen flat on my face, on my butt, on my back, in my business,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Mm-hmm.
still here,
Yeah.
okay? Keep
Yeah.
rising, keep shining, and know that you have the ultimate control of your destiny. Hey, so shout out! Oh, yeah, I got people Thank you for coming on. All right, I
That's
gotta
so
put my charger on.
awesome.
I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. Yes, that is so powerful, girl. I'm so excited you said that. Ladies, again, you got to understand that you have the power within you to change the whole trajectory of your life. As long as you're living and breathing, you're going to come across some challenges. You're going to come across crisis in your life. And if you've been living longer than I have, you have been there, done that. And now you know exactly how to handle those tough situations that comes in your life. You know how to manage it. You know how to basically put it in its place, right? And still be able to accomplish the goals that Leticia said. And set these goals. Let these goals be something that is easy and sensible for you, right? That you could be able to achieve it with a sweatless victory, really. You won't have to overwhelm yourself like you just putting down 10 goals. Start with 3 if it makes sense. Start with 3 goals or whatever whatever the case may be, but make it happen for you, right? Because you can control that versus
Yeah,
controlling the situation or the issues that's going on in your personal life,
that's right.
right?
That's right.
Yeah. So let's move on to our 4th point, ladies. The 4th point that I wanted to share with you tonight is to continue what you started and complete it.
That part. Yes.
Continue what you started, but complete it.
Mm-hmm.
How many, and be real, y'all, how many of you have started something once upon a time, but you never finished it?
Never
Just say
finished.
me. Just say me. You could use the hand emoji, whatever, right? And let's
Mm-hmm.
keep it real. It may have been 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it could have been 5 months ago, right? How many of us, and here's the thing, when we think back what we did and we didn't finish it, how does it make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
How did it make you feel? You felt like, you know what? I'm always doing this. I'm not going to finish it. There's no point in me doing this because I'm always messing myself up. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing that. Thank you, Karen, for
Mm-hmm.
your honesty.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes, right. And guess what, ladies? We know who we are. You know how this works for you. And so you got to start thinking of something different, right? You got to think of something different. You got to be creative. This is what I'm talking about. In your crisis, you got to be creative. You got to find another format, another plan to help you finish what you started.
Mm-hmm.
So it
That's
won't
right.
become so weighty. It won't become so stressful or so
Mm-hmm.
boring or whatever
Mm-hmm.
how you want to describe it. But you need to continue what you started, because if
Mm-hmm.
not, then you're missing out on the opportunities, you're missing on the blessings, you're missing out a whole lot of things. You
Right.
know, whatever you are doing now, trust me, it's going to draw so many
Yes, it
people.
is. Mm-hmm.
It's going to impact so many people's lives, whether
Yes.
it's in the finances, whether it's in, when it comes to cooking, when it comes to business, when it comes to, traveling or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, it's going to affect so many people's lives. So if
That's
you
right.
already starting out a format, right, but you think that format is not as, appealing or what have you, then you need to find another a remedy, another source or what
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
have
but
you.
don't stop.
Make that thing pop, make it stand
Right.
out, but don't quit
Mm-hmm.
because of what's going on around you. That's all I want
Exactly.
you to know.
And I want y'all to write this in the comments. Write the word focus. And I feel like that's a lot of times to why
Yes,
women quit is that they get off focus, right, and get on to focus with something else. And now you're part of all these different companies and these different business ventures and all these things, and you're not producing profits in anything. So
right.
extreme focus is a must.
Yes.
especially when you're building a business. You have to have a massive amount of focus. You have to push through, oh, I'm tired, or push through, oh, I want to take a nap. I do take naps, but I got work done first. You
Right.
best believe.
Yes.
Yes, focus. If I
Focus.
took a nap at 2, 3 o'clock or whatever, you best believe since 5 a.m. that morning, I was working. Okay. I was connecting. I was doing different things like that. So again, ladies, you got to understand with business, you got to have extreme focus. If you want to be successful,
Amen.
you have to focus on your business. You have to focus on your goal. You have to focus on the activity that you need to create on a day-to-day basis to reach that goal. Because if you don't have focus, you're not going to have success. And if you don't
Right.
have focus, you're not going to complete anything. Okay.
Right.
Things are not going to just be magically handed to you. And sometimes we have that feeling like, well, I posted last week, so but nothing happened. Or I did this for 2 months and things did not happen the way I want to happen. Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk talk on one of his shows yesterday. He said when he was 36, he was working in a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He didn't start to become this big multi-millionaire until he reached 50. Okay. All the
Wow.
way through when she was in her 20s, she was fired.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. She didn't become this huge, brand
Yep.
and mogul until what?
Mm-hmm.
Until she was what, 40, 50 years old.
Yeah.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we think, for those of us who are now more seasoned, we're here in our 40s, we're here in our 50s, we're in
Mm-hmm.
our 60s, we
Mm-hmm.
think, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, I should have got more done in my 20s and 30s. No, you would not have been ready for that amount of success in your 20s and your
That's the
30s.
truth. That's the truth.
Sometimes you have to be sort of like a nobody in business in order to transition into being a somebody, because do not do not discourage your beginnings. Do not
Right.
be discouraged when you're in your chapter one.
Mm-hmm.
Stay
Mm-hmm.
consistent, so
Mm-hmm.
that way, and stay focused, so
Mm-hmm.
that way you can complete what it is you need to complete.
That's
Okay, and let me
good.
say something.
That's
Every month is
good.
going to be a new goal. Every month is going to be a new number that you have to get to. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on my back,
Yep,
complete
you back.
different milestones every single month. Don't
Mm-hmm.
stop. And
Right.
my thing is, if the people around you, whether it's online or offline, are not motivating or not whatever, number one, you should motivate yourself. But again, start watching people who are out there pushing. Start watching people who are runners. Start watching people who are sharp. Start watching people who are actually doing things
Yeah.
and who are laser focused into what they are passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
That's
again,
good.
ladies, it's, I don't like that word quitting. I don't even like that word, I'm gonna take a break. How many of y'all said that?
Mm.
I never took a break in anything in my business.
Yeah.
Never,
Mm-hmm.
ever. Yes, now we have days off. I have my Sundays off when I'm offline because I go to church and do different, but I don't take a break for what?
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Okay.
too much going on in your life to
Yeah,
take a break.
too much going on. And I feel like that's an
Yes.
excuse that when women say that, like it's just
Mhm.
I'm just, oh, it's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Because you're
And I
strong for
think
that job. Go ahead, love.
no, I was about to say, and I think that has a whole lot to do with people, when they see other people life so successful, so this,
Yeah,
that, or whatever, that they just get quickly impatient and
yeah.
they just expect it to happen to them overnight. But they
Overnight, it
don't
does it.
understand that, it took a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears
Yeah.
for that person to get where they are. They don't know the whole story.
They don't know the whole story. They only see the front end. They don't see the
Yeah.
back end. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, I feel like a lot of times when I tell people, where I started and where I am, and it is a few that I was explaining this step by step, they'll see that, but then they say, "Oh, Leticia, I'm so glad you shared this with me. I want to get to where you are now, but I don't want to have to go through that or this or that or
Mm-hmm.
this."
Mm-hmm.
Pick choose,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because when
Yeah.
you ask it for, I want to be a six-figure heir or a seven-figure, eight-figure heir, know that there's going to be trials and tribulations that's going to come up. You're going to make mistakes multiple times.
Sure.
A lot of us say, I want this success, but I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through
Yeah.
this. I don't want, no. See, that's what I'm saying. If you want to
And it's
get,
not even so
go
much
ahead.
about the issue, it's about you.
Yes,
It's more about the
absolutely.
person than the issue.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You're gonna go through pain. You're gonna go through questioning yourself. You're gonna go through, oh my God, I'm so nervous, but I still got to get on stage and do this presentation or whatever. You're gonna go through it.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, when you get out of that moment, when you hop off that stage and you see everybody's like, yeah, Karen, you helped me. Or yeah, Shoshana, you helped me. You're going to say, God, this was all worth it.
Yep.
I see it now, what you was trying to reveal to me when I was in my sleep, or reveal to me while I was washing dishes, or reveal to me while I was flying on the plane or getting my live set up. I see it now. Because sometimes God is not going to show you every single thing that he has in
Yeah.
store for
Can't
you.
handle it. Can't handle
Can't
everything.
handle it. But he has is
Yeah.
something in store that's greater than anything that you could ever imagine for each and every one of us.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So you got to ask yourself, is it them or is it me? Most times it's us.
Yep.
We don't want to be focused. We don't want to do success is doing repetitive things. That's the thing that also goes to that sometimes women get stuck at. It's like you got to do the same thing all the time until you see a change in it, and then you got to do something else, the same thing every day. It's repeating something over and over again. So when you see those things on people's Instagrams, like, oh my God, I'm on the beach with my laptop, or I'm traveling, and that's all you see, you think they just landed on that beach, or just landed with that house? They had to get focused and be repetitive with stuff like a freaking machine.
Yep.
Okay.
There's people right now that's probably in over in Bora Bora, one of my favorite islands that I want to go to. You think they living it up, but they actually, they're living it up, but they still doing their business.
They're still doing repetitive stuff every day. We call it standard operating procedures. Standard things they do every day without skipping or hesitating. So don't quit, y'all. So somebody type in the chat, I'm not going to quit. Don't do that. You're quitting on all those individuals that God has assigned you to help. You're quitting on your future. You're quitting on your legacy. You're quitting on yourself. Do something every day that makes you so proud. I don't care how little it is. I don't care. And share it on social media. You know what I'm saying? That's called attraction marketing. Share it. Get it out there, expose it to the world. Because you'd be surprised who's watching you. You'd be surprised who's watching you, Karen. You'd be surprised who's watching you, Shoshana, and say, oh my God, you helped me. Yeah, I have one client, her name is Sunny. She came to one of my events in New York a few years ago, and I was like, where you found me? She's like, girl, I've been watching you for years. I just never said nothing. I never commented. I never, how you do the likes and the emojis. She never did that. Because I remember, let me tell you something. I'm really bad with names, but I remember faces. Or, we pop up when you're live, the little bubbles that pop up. I'm my head around it. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm
not going to quit. No.
You're not going to quit. That's
just imagine, and I think we touched on this last week, Twonta. Just imagine if God quit on you. You probably made mistakes 2,000 times, went against his commandments and his laws and everything. He could have said, girl, that's it. I'm going to put you in the orifices of hell. I'm taking you out right now. Boom, and you don't fall out on the floor. That's it. Just imagine. But what does he give us? Grace. Every day it's renewed.
Every day.
So give yourself some grace.
You get tired of yourself, then then you need to make a change.
Yes.
Get tired of yourself, and you you're messing yourself up, then who's the problem?
Completely.
Who's the problem? It's not the neighborhood, it's not social media, it's you. There's some things about you that you need to own up and say, okay, you know what, this is not working.
Accountability is important.
Yeah, exactly. Accountability.
Yes. Don't flirt with quitting. Yeah.
Girl, come on. You ain't quit. The word quit, that relationship ain't gonna fly. It's just not gonna work.
Don't do it.
That's a bad combination right there.
Quit your attitude. Quit your negative thinking. Quit your procrastination. Quit your negative mindset. Quit being around people who ain't doing nothing. Start watching people who are out there pushing it. Okay? Quit your habits, that ain't helping you. Quit that. Don't quit on your business or yourself or whatever goals you have for yourself. Quit on the things that's
Right.
blocking you, right, from being successful.
There you go.
Okay? Because I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
There's not people out here making money. And so
Girl,
can
they
you.
are. Ooh, they
There's
are
people
making.
out there pushing it, and so can you. I
Ooh,
tell people if I see you do something, I'm saying, oh, I can do it better. Let me go ahead. Listen. Start to really compete against you, not against those with people out there that do what you do and do similar to what you compete against yourself. Beat your best. If you haven't got a client or a customer since last week, then get one to this week. And then next week get two. And then the week after that get four. And the week after that get 12.
mm-hmm,
Beat your
mm-hmm,
best.
mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, y'all, it's time to wake up. We're
It really
worried about the
is.
wrong things. Worried about what's on the news or who's going to be elected. You're worried about the wrong thing.
That is so true.
And things
That
that
is
you have
so
no
true.
control over at all and never will.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You only
Yep.
have control over who? The woman that's looking right at you in the mirror when you out brushing your teeth in the morning. You only have control over her. And when she turns 80, 90, 100 years old, she going to look like, dang, man, I should have, man, listen. Now I got to worry about living with my
Right
kids. I got
in.
to worry about being on assistance. I got to worry. No, you work
Yeah,
for your 100-year or 80-year or however long God gives you on earth. That's your boss.
that's it.
Okay? And that's all.
That's
Okay, the
it.
devil will always play mind games with you. He will always use people in your life to manipulate and put you down or set you off your track. But you will, if
Yeah.
you stay focused, and focus is like a muscle. You ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
wake up tomorrow and be all focused. But if you say, you know what, for 1 hour I'm gonna focus on this thing, or for 30 minutes I'm gonna focus on getting this done. Then you change that to an hour, 2 hours, or whatever, and you start accelerating your focus and exercising
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You won't quit nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Nothing. I like your earrings, by the way, Twonta. They're cute.
Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you.
I'm sorry, girl. I was like, it was like, oh, I got to tell that. Yes, let's go on to the next point. Is there another point?
Our
Oh,
last point for tonight, ladies, before we go to our what's news, is create ideas to support your mental health.
yes.
Create ideas to support your mental health. Ladies, you are so multi-talented. It's ridiculous. I
Mhm.
don't even think a lot of you realize what you got inside of you.
Oh,
God
yes.
does, but you're cheating yourself when you're not really moving forward, as we had discussed, right?
Yes.
This is the perfect opportunity for you to go ahead and start practicing on some ideas that you had
Yes.
thought about or you have put down on your journal book. Go ahead and start planning. Start playing around with these ideas.
Mhm.
This helps your mental health because it
Yes, it
helps
does.
not focus on the crisis. It
Hmm.
helps you not to focus on what you cannot fix. It
Yeah.
helps you focus on, well, I don't know about that. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this problem, but you know how to handle this idea.
Hmm.
You already have the tools of how to
Hmm.
make that idea look really stand out. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? You have that, and that helps stabilize your mental health. It helps you to calm down. It
Hmm.
helps you, as Leticia said, it gives you clarity. When you start putting your time and energy towards those ideas that you've been thinking about, it gives you a whole different clarity, a whole different vision on
Yes.
things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
and you just start to feel different for at that
Hmm.
moment. You start to feel a little different, and you be like, "Oh
Hmm.
wow, I never thought about this. Maybe I should focus on this a little bit more." Yes,
That's
go
right.
for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Go
Don't let nothing
for it.
stop you. And I want to ask everyone a quick question. I want y'all to put in the chat, what idea are you going to execute on this week? It's Wednesday, so the week is ain't over. Okay. My father used to call this hump day, right?
That's good.
What
I get
idea
that.
are you going to focus on or attempt to execute on this week? And it could be anything. It could be
Anything.
a task, it could be a project,
Exactly.
it could be a book, whatever it is,
Yeah.
put it in there. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you are this multifaceted person, where you have a lot of ideas and a lot of different businesses, concepts, and things like that, you're just this well-rounded woman, which most of us are, right? Most of us are the
Yep.
Proverbs 31 woman, right? You have so much going on, but then just focus on one. Okay, just
Right.
make sure what they make sense. just focus on one, share it in the chat. Because you know what I find though, Twonta, when I put
Mhm,
stuff out there into the universe,
mhm,
into the live and posting and
mhm,
stuff,
mhm.
now I'm looking for things to come back, because there is such thing as
Yeah.
good karma. So it's like I put it out there and I'm like, okay, now I have to do this. Now I have to
Mhm.
get focused and get this done and do what I need to do to make it happen. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also going to help your mental health as well.
It really
Mental health
does.
is a big thing now. It really, really is. It always has been, you
Mhm,
know. Yeah.
mhm. It helps you to breathe better. It
Yeah.
helps you to just, listen differently versus than listening to the noise of drama or
Yeah.
whatever that's going on around you. You start to,
Right.
like,
Right.
as you said, focus internally.
Yeah.
You start to listen to your heart,
That's right.
and you just go with it. It makes a
Yeah.
huge difference, y'all. So
It
if you
does.
have been writing some ideas recently, go ahead, take advantage of it now. This is
Why
what people
not?
did. This is what people did during the pandemic.
Yes, they
This is
did.
what some people did, for real, for real.
They had
To
no choice.
keep themselves, yeah, to keep themselves in, sane, because everybody's locked in that house. They can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had to be creative.
They had
They had
to.
to find some type of way to execute, to release all of that, what was going on, and not, go crazy. And you saw people coming on social media for the first time, cooking, doing cooking
Mhm.
things, stuff like that, or other, write or talking about a book or reading about a book or something, just to, not get lost in silence or get lost
Right.
in the fear of people getting sick and nobody's getting better and there's no vaccine and all this
Right.
other stuff.
Right. All the
People
things
had
that they
to
had no
find
control
an
over.
outlet. Exactly. People had
Right.
to find an outlet, something to help their mental state.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely right.
So this is what you need to do as well.
Right. Let's pull up Karen's comment. She and everyone, if you just hopped on, the question is, what is the one idea or the one task or project that you want to focus on this week? So Karen said, get my Pamper Chef fundraiser started. Yeah, get it started.
Get it
I
started.
think when we
Yeah.
get out there and start connecting, because that's what business is. Part of business is saying, I need to connect with people, right?
Yeah.
So get
Hmm.
out there and say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to connect with 3 people. Then the next day, I'm going to connect with 6 people. So you're just doubling up your connection. And then what's
Hmm.
going to happen is like a wave, right? But you got to
Right.
build
Right.
momentum. So if you start building those connections and following up with those connections, then things are going to happen. So again, another side of it is you get fearful of connecting. What if they
Hmm.
say no? Okay, they said no. Are you still alive? Are you still well?
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, go
Hmm.
on to the next person. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
find that even when somebody says no, that's even a good connection because I find people who said no to me
Hmm.
of something I was offering them months ago, and all of a sudden they come right back around months later and say, "Oh, Leticia, are you still doing this?" Or, "Oh, I saw you posted something. Oh, what's the link? Can I get access? Or how much does it
Right.
cost?" And all these things. But because you got to. A lot of times people will connect with people and then they're like, "Oh, it's not working." They said no, and then they fall off. They don't post. They don't
Hmm.
go live. They don't do anything. So now when people are
Hmm.
looking for them because you opened up the conversation, even though they said no, you did. You opened up a conversation. Now when they go to your social media, they're gonna think you ain't doing it no more. They're gonna think, oh, Carrie ain't doing no paper chef no more because she ain't posting about
Yeah,
it.
that's
But
right.
6 months ago, she reached out to me and said, yada yada yada, and wanted me to join. I said no, but now I'm ready. I got my wallet
Right.
out. I'm ready to buy. I got my card out, and you're like, what? Card's out. Where's Karen? Karen's not.
Yeah.
They're gonna assume that. People ain't gonna
Yeah.
try to reach out, inbox you, and say, "Girl, you still doing it, or whatever." Because if they don't see it on the front end, they're gonna reach out to you on the back end.
They're
Okay.
not.
So we
I'm a
build
living
up
witness to that.
those, yes, build that connections,
I am.
continuously build connections. When you look at social media in a whole, and I was looking up
Mhm.
some numbers the other day because I was doing a class, you got over 17 billion people daily
Mm.
on social media across the board, all platforms. Now, we ask ourselves this question, hey, years ago, our parents and our grandparents did not have access to this. They didn't have to
Right.
go out and make money or travel miles and miles to make money. I feel like we're so socially spoiled and also ungrateful because we have access to 17 trillion people, but we're not connecting with them. So who fault is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the
Yeah.
algorithms, y'all. We love to blame that. Oh my God, the algorithms. Da, 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 da. Is that the fact that you're black, white, or green? That doesn't matter because we live in a society, in a world where there's so many different religions, races, and colors.
It sure
It's really
is.
us to making a decision and a commitment to say, God, I'm gonna do the
Mm-hmm.
work. You do the increase. I pray that
Yeah.
all the time. I'm gonna let you, God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my work. I'm gonna send out my emails. I'm gonna send my inbox messages. I'm gonna do all the things. You do the increase. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's how it works. But when
That's
you
how.
start something, know that you need to finish it.
Yeah.
You got to be committed. Is this not, building connections and getting things started? The fundraise is not a one-time thing. People need money. People love fundraise. Look at the schools. I had a 3-page
Right.
supply list. They need paper towels, toilet paper, wipes, all these things. I'm like, dang, I thought let's go back to all they need is a calculator, pen, notebook, and pencil. People need money.
Yeah, they
And if
do.
you're offering them an opportunity and talk about
Mm-hmm.
how that's going to benefit them,
Mm-hmm.
they're,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to consider it working with you. And if you have great customer service and you follow through when you answer questions when they ask, they will have you come back always. But what do
Mm-hmm.
people do sometimes? Oh, 3 people said no. Fundraisers don't work. Oh, you're assuming
Mm-hmm.
all these things. And then you look at one of your team members and she's banging it.
Yep.
You think, oh, she's lucky. No, she's not. She just outworked you.
That's it.
Okay?
That's
She
it.
just outworked you. She went past
Mm-hmm.
those moments of doubt and procrastination and
Mm-hmm.
lacking focus. And she just
Mm-hmm.
kept put knocking that wall down.
Yep.
Or,
She kept
or
putting it.
going up that mountain or going inside that mountain, no matter how
Mm-hmm.
hard it got.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned about the social media because on Instagram, I'm always on Instagram a lot, and I follow a couple of people there, and
Right.
I see the consistency. They come on like maybe every week, most for the
Every
majority of them, they come on every week. And then this one beautiful African queen. She is stunning. Oh
uh-huh.
my God, this girl is beautiful, but
Wow.
her content is making beautiful meals.
Yep.
Her ancestry is, I think, is Liberian, they African, cuisines and stuff.
Okay.
And she is stunning. Her music is all R&B, old school
Uh-huh.
vibe and everything. But she comes on every week with some beautiful dishes. And being as though her skin tone is like mine, she wear these
Uh-huh.
beautiful, rich royal outfits and stuff like that. She
Oh,
has that
wow.
natural hair and everything. And she just recently got married to her man. And so
That's
she
right.
loves cooking. And the thing is, she has a wide supporting group on Instagram, and she has a cookbook going on now.
Oh,
And
wow.
she has other things going on, and I don't know if it has a whole lot to do because of her content,
Uh-huh.
but she is just her consistency is taking her so many different directions.
Different
And I
directions,
don't
yeah.
know, yeah, I don't know what her challenges were prior. I don't know what she had to deal with, what she had to face. I don't know what her crises were at the
Right.
time, but she still kept pouring out every week with
Every
different
week,
content,
pouring, pouring, pouring.
just cooking.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. She just come there just cooking.
In an
And
industry
her
that you,
natural
you can go on
beauty.
YouTube and Instagram and see millions of people just cooking. And she
Yes.
is still positioning herself because I feel like when God has for you, God has for you. A lot
Yeah.
of times people comment, oh, my industry is saturated. No, it's not. Because who
Right.
God has for you, God has for you. Nothing's ever saturated. If you think that, then that's what it is. I always say, if you think you can or you can't do something, you're right. I'm not going to argue with.
Mhm,
I'm not going to argue with people's belief systems about certain
mhm,
things.
mhm,
But
mhm.
again, it's put your flag down somewhere and say, I'm going to show up here and I'm going to show up consistently. I don't care who else is doing what I'm doing out there.
Right.
And I feel like that's what's her mentality.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
She and
that's a
again,
big thing.
there's so many other people that puts on their contents every week. There's a guy I follow. He's like a comedian, so to speak, but he does these cute little skits.
Uh-huh.
And he has a large range of supporters, of followers,
I
if you
love
will.
those content.
You
They just
know,
crack me up.
Yes, and I love his content because it's about real life. Now, I don't
Right.
know what he does on the back end. I don't know if he has other businesses or whatever going on. But whatever's going on in his life, he still pours into the community. He still pours
Right.
on social media, and the rewards are coming in. I don't know if
Mhm.
he's getting any residual income. That might be another thing too that's going on, but he's still doing what he needs to do. And here's the thing, y'all don't have to do anything over the top. I'm
No.
just saying to say that there's people doing all kinds of stuff that you would think that it's not even worth doing, but they
Right.
doing it consistently every
Right.
week, and they getting all of these rave reviews. They're getting sponsors, and and it's taking them
Partnership.
to a whole nother level that they never even thought.
But you mentioned something about consistency,
Yeah,
Tawanta, which I think is key. Because on the other side, other people would think like, oh, they're just lucky. No, they're just consistent.
that's
They're
it.
just consistent. And that's one of the keys to success.
Yeah,
Period. Okay.
yeah,
You don't have to look the same way or speak the same way or even do your content the same way as
right,
everyone else. You just
right,
find what your lane is and how you want to show up and how you're going
right.
to stay committed in your own personal way, right? To
Mm-hmm,
becoming
mm-hmm.
consistent. That way you can reach your personal success. And also know that it does take time. The
It
individual
does
that
take
you're
time.
talking about, Tawancha, she didn't just show up and have all that following or built all that attention. She probably
Right,
had that page and had that account for 5, 6 years. Okay.
probably. Yeah,
And then it started to build up because again, like I said before, the momentum.
yep,
Okay. Because again,
yep.
some of y'all have to post more. Some of y'all have to build content more on social media because again, if you were to send me your information to support
Right,
your business or purchase something, even if I know I want that product,
right,
if I go to your page and I don't see nothing about Pamper Chef and I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, I may see little bits and pieces here and I'm like, wait a minute, you just
right.
sent me a link because y'all gotta understand there's a lot of people scamming on social media. I'm like straight up inboxing
True.
people and all this stuff, and you go to their page, ain't nothing about they ain't talking about anything about what you are offering.
Right,
Okay, I will
right.
buy from you, Karen, because I know you. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I know you, and the rest of y'all I know y'all. But y'all gotta look at the eyes of your consumers. Right? If
Yes.
Amazon
Yes.
did an ad on Facebook and you went on, you clicked the ad and it only had one product on there, you're gonna be like, wait now a minute, what is this?
Right. Right.
What is this? You ain't
Yeah.
got one product on there, and that's like you uploaded that back in 2019. Some
Right.
of y'all are building a business right now, and y'all sending out messages, emails, all the things. And I go on your social media, you haven't posted since April, and then
Wow.
you wonder why. Oh, nobody's buying. You got to be consistent on the front end and the back end, because you got to let
Yeah.
people know. Number one, this is my lane, okay, and I'm dominating this lane because y'all see me post about it every day. Y'all see
Yep.
me talk about it all the time. And now I'm reaching out to you, okay, to get you in on what it is I got going on.
Right. Right.
Okay? Y'all can go back years on my timeline. I'm talking about y'all be on there all day. It'll probably be the whole week, 2, 3, 4, 6 months before you get down to when I originally first started my Facebook account or my YouTube or whatever.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
building that trust, right? So
Hmm.
again, ladies, we can't say it enough. You see all these great people to watch, so we see all these great people, but know that they had to have focus. They didn't quit. They didn't quit. You best believe that girl probably felt like quitting. Nobody
I'm
looking at
pretty
my
sure she
videos.
did.
Nobody into
Mm-hmm.
my recipes. I got one like.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 likes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
got 4 views.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My numbers
Yeah.
ain't going out. Like she probably had all that season in lack. And God would do
Mm-hmm.
that to us sometimes. We put us in a season of lack because He wants to see how
Hmm.
serious we are.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I pray this was a blessing to you ladies. This is
Yes.
our 5 points for you ladies tonight. So continue to comment if you have any other anything else to share. Please do so
Yes.
as we move forward to our next segment, which is called What's News.
What?
We're super excited about that. There is no afterglow tonight, too, ladies. We didn't mention that to you at the beginning, but there is no afterglow tonight. But yeah, we do have What's News. That's the segment that we definitely like about what we like to share with you is that we introduce to you some new information that's going on around the world. Basically, there's people doing some phenomenal things, and we want you to be aware of what's going on. So we have about a couple of them, if not three, to be exact, of some what's news, and we want to share with you. And I think you're gonna like them. I think. Oh yeah, this one here. This is from me. This is this beautiful queen here,
I'm
and
trying to find a link.
she is a designer. She makes earrings. And her earrings have already been going to a lot of celebrities, including our one and only Tabitha Brown, honey.
Yes. Oh, these
Yes.
are cute.
You see her earrings, girl. I
Wow.
mean, these are one of a kind
Oh
earrings.
my God.
These,
She has folded chair earrings.
yes, yes,
What are those? Oh my God. She's funny.
baby.
She got
This girl,
she got the folded chair, y'all. You gotta scroll down a little bit, but it's there.
yeah, she has. Oh my goodness, I don't know her whole story, so to speak. I didn't get a chance to really get to really read more about her.
Right.
So you get a chance to, you guys make sure to check up on her. But I just love her vibe. I love what she puts out there. She is, as you can see, she is an artist, and I'm trying to see if I can find uh something about her. But her name is her business is called Lady Luck Concepts.
Uh-huh.
So it's a small black owned business, and you see that she um create beautiful one of a kind art. As you saw the earrings, she got the chair. Look at that. She got the chair necklace.
All
Yes,
that.
she did, honey. And she got so many different vibes, so many different colors, so many different designs, and it's all created by her. And I just thought it was different, thought it was totally unique. And
Very pretty.
yeah, she really does have some really, really nice things there. And I saw Tabitha Brown, and she had shared the gifts that
Uh-huh.
this young lady had presented to her, and there was a few earrings that I thought was real funky cool, and I just happened to click on her page, and this is where I came across all of her stuff. So again, guys, if you're all about that natural, that one of a kind art, and you don't have look at all those jewelries, good
So
googly moogly.
pretty. So pretty. She's
Isn't that
very, very
cool?
talented.
And her earrings are like, I think if I remember, it's like $100 and something for them. So, and
Uh-huh.
it's worth the price because everything you see is all done handmade by this girl. So yeah, she's putting her worth down there. Okay. But she's getting her money. Okay.
Absolutely.
She's getting her money. She's getting it. She's not cheating herself out of her
She's
hard work
charging
and
her
labor.
word.
Yes. And people are buying it. People are buying it. So again, get a chance, you could check it out. And if you see something you like, go for it and bless yourself,
Go ahead and
honey.
support it. And Teresa's going to be putting her website in the chat for you guys as well. So we have the link to her name is Lady Luck, her Instagram, and
Hmm.
also her name is Erin Melendez. Sorry, her name is Erin Melendez, and her company is called
Okay.
Lady Luck Concepts LLC.
Yes.
But
Yes.
we're going to put the link to her store so you guys can go ahead and support her business or also follow her and engage in comments and stuff on her posts for her Instagram. So this is amazing.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what material she's using. I want to say it's polymer clay. I think that's what she's actually using along with painting, like the acrylic paint or something or some other type of materials. Like I said, I didn't really get a chance to really observe what she used to create her designs.
Right.
As you can see, she's just phenomenal. Just
She is. And on
absolutely
her
amazing.
Instagram, it says one of a kind, never repeated pieces. So if you
I
order one
love
from
it.
her, it's one of a kind. And the customizations takes about 3 weeks minimum. So I think that's amazing to, get something that's uniquely yours.
That's it. Nobody has it but you, baby. That's cool. I
That's
like
right.
that. Okay, let's move on to our next one, guys. We got a couple of more to share with you very quickly. Again, there is no afterglow tonight. So, God willing, next week we'll be able to, if we have the time, because
And
we
the
got
energy.
the energy.
We'll do
Yes.
it. Yes, we'll do it.
We would definitely do our afterglow. So the next what's news? This is for Therese.
True.
Um this here is an elementary school. This is an elementary teacher who creates a gentleman's club to teach at-risk students life lessons. This
That's
is
good.
so
It's like back in
cool.
school where the girls had the etiquette classes. Like we had to learn
I
what fork to
like
use and
that.
how to sit at the table properly. And, you know,
Yes, that
yes,
still goes on. That's still
yes, it
happening.
does. Absolutely. So this is something for the boys. Yes.
Yes. Now this teacher here is in South Carolina, and he's trying to help his young students learn how to act like gentlemen. And
Yes.
so it's nearly 60 students at Miminger Elementary in Charleston. They get together on Wednesday and they meet for the gentleman club, dressed for success. He came up with the idea to support it's a student support specialist at the school and works with at-risk children. He said, I was thinking maybe if I have the boys dressed for success, when was the last time you saw someone fighting in a tuxedo? So,
Oh, that's true.
yeah, he said the
That is
club's
true.
motto is good. No, he said, look good, feel good, do good. That's their club's motto. I like that. Look good, feel good, do good. So Nelson even provides some jackets, ties, vests for the fifth graders who don't have their own. And during this club, Nelson tells the station they discuss topics like how to shake hands, how to make eye contact, and open doors and address their elders. This is so needed, y'all. Ooh, this is so needed now. While some of the younger boys aren't interested in girls yet, Nelson says he bases his lessons off how they would treat sisters, mothers, and their teachers as well. This is absolutely amazing, y'all. I love what this brother is doing. This is awesome. Continue to support this young man and this school, and pass this along to your as well. Pass along to your news feed as well. And since school is starting, has already started for some areas and whatnot, I will hope that there will be some teachers that will definitely get this idea or be encouraged to do something like this, because again, this is so needed now for our kids today. It is so needed. These young boys.
Yes, it is. Yeah, these boys out here cussing, sagging their I mean, it's getting bad to I mean, for real.
Okay,
They need more programs like this. So with
they
real men
really,
showing
really
them
do.
how to be, good boys.
Exactly. And this is not, he's not even asking for any money or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he's getting donations and stuff in terms of the jackets and the ties and the vests for these young boys or what have you, and that's awesome. But again, we definitely need our brothers, our male teachers, to definitely come up with some great ideas such as this to teach our young boys, because you know what, they really do need this. They want to do this. I know these kids want that kind of attention, and they'll be willing to learn as long as somebody shows some love back to them. You know what I'm saying? So this is awesome. I love this. Thanks, Therese, for this article. We got one more to show you guys, and then we are done for tonight. We have one more to show you. Again, coming next month, we do have our self-care event that's going to be taking place the last Saturday of September. And I know Therese has already posted the registration link for you ladies to go ahead and click on that. It is free, free, free. Yes, free.
Yes.
Okay, so this is for you, and also extend the invitation by inviting a sister friend or two. You can invite as many as you would like. Okay, this is for all sisters. So yeah, this is an event that we are very excited about. It's called Falling in Love with You. falling in love with you, ladies. We got to fall in love with
Yeah.
ourselves. And if, as Teresa said in the beginning, if you already in love with you, fall in love with you some more. How about that?
More girl, more love, more love.
More love, more love, more love. So our last article for What's News. This is amazing. Here we have a mom here. Let me find it here. That's not it. Okay, here's one. I think I posted this. I think I did. Yeah. This is a mom here, I think with her son. This mom bought two well, after closing a historic deal on an $8.3 million hotel, this mom bought two more at the age of 34. Now she's teaching others how to do the same. Wow, y'all. She is taking her ideas and she is teaching others how to do what she's been doing.
That's
This is
right.
amazing. Okay. She said, I never imagined that I could own a hotel, and now I own three. Go, girl.
Reaper.
And it's an indescribable feeling knowing that I am living my ancestors' wildest dreams. So her
Yeah.
name is Vaughn Reeves, who's a mother, an author, and real estate investor. Okay. She recently expanded her portfolio by adding two new hotels in partnership with
Uh-huh.
Saw Investments. Okay. The new additions include a Staybridge Suites in Fishers, Indiana, a courtesy of Intercontinental Hotel Group, one of the world's largest hotel brands, and
Largest.
a Hampton Inn and Suite situated in Scottsburg, Indiana. Okay. Um, these acquisitions, with a combined value of $18 million, propel at Devon Reeves to the status
18
of a
million.
yeah, girl, to the status of a co-owner of three hotel properties in under a year.
My
Okay.
God today.
The founder and chief hospitality strategist of Atlanta-based the Vaughn Group, Reeves opens up about her accomplishments as a young Black woman in America. Okay. So again, she shares about um well, I could just continue. So I only got one more paragraph. With over a decade and a half in the hospitality industry, Reeves has been instrumental in helping 50 hotel investors jumpstart their careers. Two of her mentees are set to go to co-own hotel properties in okay, this is a year ago, 2022. As an experienced hoteler, Reeves is passionate about helping more people realize their dreams in the hotel industry. She said, I'm so attracted to this industry because hotel ownership and investment space help create generational wealth. It's a powerful tool uh, for, okay, you got to click on to something else. But anyway, she's basically saying that, this is a great opportunity to start investing in the hotel industry. Great opportunity to definitely to pass along to your children for your
Yeah.
next generation and so forth and so on. So this is absolutely a phenomenal story here. Anything is possible, ladies, if you truly just go forward and make it happen. This lady not only has one, but she has three so far. Now I think this is like an older article, so you gotta click on her to find out updated version of where she is right now. She may have added more to her itinerary, or or what have you, in terms of hotels that she owns, but she's passing the baton to other people who are interested in the hospitality management business. So this is really great. What do you think, Tish?
I absolutely love this. I want to say this. I was on YouTube one day and somebody was talking
Uh-huh.
about like the top industries or businesses and you should never start, right? Then one of them was a hotel business. The person was like, you should never start a hotel business because there's no money in it. You got to stop listening to naysayers, y'all. Can somebody please type this in the
Preach
comments?
that.
Stop. I will stop listening to naysayers because, but God, look at
Yeah.
this. Okay. See, some people don't know the power or the power within us and who our Father is. Okay. But
Yeah,
God.
Lord.
Okay. So at the end of the day, if you are looking at videos and all these things on social media, or you have people in your life telling you, oh, you shouldn't do this, it's not going to be successful, but God.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, that was one of the top industries of business. That person said, don't start a
Wow.
laundromat, don't start a hotel business, don't start cleaning. All these things you don't have a list. And I'm telling y'all,
Really?
you can't listen. Yeah, you can't listen to all that noise. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people tell you not to do something because if they can't do it. I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay, that may not have worked for you,
Yeah. Yeah.
for God, but it worked for me. Maybe when
Yeah.
you did it, it didn't work out because that was not your ministry. That was not your purpose.
Right.
You know. So again, if y'all really, this woman's passionate about opening a hotel, not just once but three. You
Three,
talk
girl.
about staff, you talk about insurance, you talk about permits, you talk about customers, guests. I mean, they call them guests. Come on now. You're
That's
gonna
huge.
open three or something if it ain't successful. That's just crazy,
And you
right?
wonder how long it took her just to get that one.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what was her challenge? What
And
was
how
her
many people
crisis?
told her that it won't happen?
Yeah. Plus, she's a woman. She's a black woman, and she's a single mom.
Yes,
That right there, those three things right there.
that
That
part. You got
that's
all
why
those
it
things
looks at.
against you. Yep.
Yeah. But that girl persevered, and now she got three.
See,
Golly.
you're either, it goes back to our topic, Twonta. You're
Yes.
either going to sit or stand. You're either going to rise to the occasion or stay huddled up in the corner. See, a lot of us look at like her situation. I'm a single mom. It ain't gonna happen. I don't got no husband. I don't got this or that. But look at what she did. You got to turn what you're lacking into something that's going to reward you in life and also in your business. Okay.
Absolutely.
So don't,
Yeah.
so don't, people say, oh, Tisha, you have 5 kids. How you do all this? Because what? Like, I look at people sometimes like, what are you talking about? Like, why? What that mean? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. Single moms, people who've been divorced, and all these things. People think they just
Yeah.
want to count you out.
Yeah.
Just count you out. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people
Mm-hmm.
try to fool you into thinking that you can't really dominate in your life and in your business. Because maybe they can't, but you can.
Right. Amen to that. Amen. So,
Yeah.
ladies, this concludes our What's News segment. Yes, we are so excited. Do we have anything for just so you know? Anything going on that you want to share? Just so you know.
I have my challenge, emailpreneurtribe.com/, free 5-day list building challenge. Y'all can sign up for that if you need help with your email marketing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's all
yeah.
I have going on right now, really. I mean,
Awesome.
I have some stuff on the iron, but it ain't done yet. It ain't reached, ain't done yet. But I'll let y'all know that next week. Go ahead, Twonta.
Same here. Same here. I'm doing some things behind the scenes that I'm not going to share right now. But it's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming, right? So again, ladies, there's no afterglow tonight. But again, don't forget about registering for our self-care event that's coming up next month. It's going to be a phenomenal event. It's a free event. So ladies, please do not hesitate. Make sure you go ahead and register now. Okay, you see it right here before you. It's September 30th, 7:30 p.m. And definitely, please pass this along to your sister friend. Invite as many sister friends as you want to. This is going to be a great conversation. It's going to be great conversation and all those great things. We're very excited about this event, and it's called Falling in Love with You. Falling in love with you. It's so important, ladies, that we stay in love with ourselves because life can truly tell us otherwise. Right? It can tell
Amen
us
to that.
we ain't lovable. We can't love ourselves and all this other stuff. That's a lie. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So make sure, ladies, do not overlook this because I'm telling you, look, y'all realize, you know what? It is mid part of August. Wow, this month is going by so quickly. Oh my goodness.
It is.
School
Yes,
is
it
gonna be
is.
shooting up for everybody by September what? That So what Labor Day or whatever after Labor Day?
Yeah, after that holiday, they start school.
Yes. So, ladies, come on. Do not hesitate. Make this happen. Before you know it, it'll be mid-September. Okay. We want our goal is to get at least, well, I say 10. We're gonna start up with a house full of 10, but we definitely want to build it up more than that, of course, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Build it up, build it up. Bring a friend, invite a friend.
Yes, yes. Other than that, we're good to go. So, ladies, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Take care of yourselves and all that good stuff. Do not stress about nothing. There's nothing to stress about at all. Okay,
Or
just
give it to
enjoy
the Lord.
life. Yes, that's it. That's it. Anything you want to share before we go, Mama?
Give it to the Lord. Because
That's
sometimes
it.
God be laughing at y'all when y'all try to handle things on your own. He's just having a good old laugh, honey, like a whole comedy show. Give it to God and keep
Yeah.
moving, keep striving. Make sure you, like, again, make sure you sign up for our self care event because we want to hang out with y'all, really, spend that private time with you guys to help you guys to really understand and learn the foundation of loving on yourself. So, again, sister
Mhm.
connection.com. That's where you're going to go to. Text it out to everyone you know and get them invited because it's open to everyone. All right. So thank y'all for watching. Remember, love on your sister. Bye, guys.